Swadika, and welcome to be my guest, the program which brings you successful stories of institutional organization in both domestic and international arenas. I'm Sorosha Ratanapian. And right now, I'm standing at KAPI Agricultural and Agro-Industrial Product Improvement Institute, or KAPI, situated at KAPI University. It is a great opportunity today to encapsulate together what KAPI is and how it's contributing to its best to improve local products, to reach international standards, and to be competitive in the market. Currently, I am with Dr. Wanasiri Wanarat, Assistant Deputy Director of Research and Internal Affairs of KAPI. Swadika.
Swadika.
So first of all, could you introduce yourself to our fans?
I am the researcher at KAPI University, but working at KAPI. KAPI is a very short name, but it stands for long name, KAPI Agricultural and Agro-Industrial Product Improvement Institute.
Okay.
We are part of KAPI University.
Okay, so we can call this institute KAPI or KAPI.
Yeah, in Thai we call shortly KAPI.
I see,
Yes.
Okay. Now talking about background of KAPI, so what is its background?
Back in 1991, Professor Dr. Tirat Sutaput, the first founder and the first director of KAPI, established this institute because of first, as you know that we export agricultural commodities to global market every year, a lot of them. But how we can sustain our competitiveness and increase productivity. And we know that agricultural is like a leading, we are driving force, is a driving force to our economies. But Thai farmers still poor. They cannot receive a lot of money to make better livings. So come up to the simple solution. We have to incorporate research and development into agriculture. So now, as we see, our neighbor countries can grow the plants, the same plants that we do, but they have a very low in the labor cost. How we can help our farmer? So this is the background of KAPI.
Okay, so now, what is the objectives or what are objectives of KAPI then?
So the main mission is to do research and development. We did research on the non-food products. So let me explain the difference between food and non-food.
Yes.
Food, I think everyone know what the food is. But for non-food, actually in the simple meaning, it's not food. We cannot eat non-food products. It's not related to food. For example, that I will giving here is like skincare, healthy products. That is non-food.
I see.
So the first mission is we have to do creative technology that produce a lot of non-food products, but based on agricultural raw material or industrial waste to make it like a more valuable, like a added value to that.
I see, okay. So that means all of the materials that are produced into non-food products, they come from nature.
Yes, mainly, but especially for Thailand, agricultural products.
Okay, and that are non-food. So, Ajahn, could you give me some examples of the materials or raw materials that you normally use to produce non-food products?
We working with many kinds, but the previous research like rice bran or we have example of this later like mangosteen, banana, something like that, or cassava, something like that.
Okay. So cassava in Thai is มันสำปะหลัง is that right?
Yes, มันสำปะหลัง
Oh, I see.
Yes.
Okay. So you have transformed the materials or waste that come from nature and then you added value
yes.
okay to the materials.
We have many laboratories in our institute, 8 laboratories.
Wow.
Yeah. So each laboratory has their own expertise. So I will go for detail later. Yeah.
Okay. So next question will be the organizational structure of KAPI.
Come back to this because we do a lot of research. So we have organized our laboratories based on the technologies, but we group the expertise into 4 areas. First area is about I would call the non-destructive evaluation technology. Is called in short is near infrared spectroscopy or NIR. This technology is very specific. Make it simple. It's like a light absorption technique. So you can use this technique analyze the materials. You want to do some quantify some ingredients in there without destroying the samples. So this is very useful for industry level. So you can do like rapid determination and reduce the cost that can happen in the long term.
I see.
Yeah, and we apply this technique for the turmeric. Like turmeric, we have to do a lot of products from turmeric, but we have to know the contents of curcuminoids. We use NIR to scan to see the contents of the inside the products.
Oh, I see. Okay, so that is the first part of the organizational structure that which is called the technique of NRI.
NIR.
Okay, NIR. Excuse me. Okay, and what about the next part?
This next part is this is different from NIR to we have a special research unit for biomass, bioenergy, and biofuel. This is very unique, the research center, because they focus on the production and management of biomass resource. So they have developed the bioenergy technology. They do know they also make byproducts from biofuel. Like I have example. A cassava.
Yes.
They have a pulp. The pulp of cassava contain lignocellulose, which is sugar. You can ferment sugar to be ethanol. So this research unit studied about microbes that produce enzyme that's used for convert lignocellulose to ethanol. So they develop many strains of microbes. They do for cassava pulps or the pulps of oil fruit palms. Yeah, they do a lot of things. And also for the biomass, they also investigate the suitable source of plants like napier grass or fast-growing trees that used for biomass. Also try to develop the value for the waste, like agricultural waste, like sawdust, something like that. Make a coal from that, something like that.
Okay, so that means this department and institute, or this part of KAPI has transformed some waste that that come from the nation. Then you reuse it again. So can we use that word?
Yes, we use it again, make it more valuable.
Okay.
We would like to sell innovation, not selling raw material anymore. So this
okay.
is the way that we are in KAPI.
I see. Okay, and you transform and transfer the knowledge okay,
Yes.
to farmers and to manufacturers.
Yes, because we have, besides the research, we also collaborate with academic professor.
I see.
We have monitoring. We have monitored thesis for undergrad, for master students or graduate
Okay.
another level or undergrad.
Okay.
We offer the training program for internships for Ksat Sat University and outsiders.
I see.
Every year we train like more than 200
Wow.
trainees
I see.
each year.
Okay, so
Yeah.
KAPI has also been producing people and human resources okay, to feed
yes.
Thailand as well. Now we come to the third part then of KAPI. So what is it?
So the next research area which we belonging to is we try to develop integrate the technology from biotechnology and come to the finished product for health and skincare.
I see.
Yes. Healthcare and skincare is a big issue for my generation. So we becoming aging society. So we had a concern on this. We have the main three parts. First, we do a lot of plant production. We have we call that plant tissue culture unit laboratory that do plant propagation at industrial level. And when we produce good plants, then we move on to how to use it. So we have another two laboratories. First, they learn about extraction process, how to extract all the important ingredients come in form of crude extraction or any kind of ingredient that can make for cosmetic and healthcare product. So the last laboratory take all the ingredient and make to a finished product.
I
Yes.
see. Okay, and
Yes.
that has been the third research area okay, of
Yes.
KAPI. Now we come to the last one.
Last one is very different. This one is concerned about natural polymers like starch, cellulose, proteins. Starch, like mainly we focus on cassava starch. We can to modify starch from cassava to be more than tapioca starch. Has to be used more than that. Yes, and
okay.
also we have polymers from para rubber. Try to add a value to that. I will go for the details because it's too long. And then we also have paper, textiles, technology. This is very easy one. I will give you examples like we try to use many kinds of agricultural waste like rice straw or banana fibers or even bamboo fibers to make papers, to make textiles like clothes. I think you have heard about clothes from bamboo fibers.
Yes,
It's also produced from this institute, from our
okay.
institute. And we improve the process of dyeing natural dyes like indigo to make more effective. Yes, we work with a lot of small farmers to do this.
So it's obvious that KAPI has been a real well-rounded institute for research, especially for those who are interested in agriculture. But for now, it's time for a short break. We'll right back. We'll learn more on real examples and actual samples of the products from KAPI Institute. So please stay tuned on Be My Guest.